Grapes are so fucking good.
Today is Tuesday. It is a date unknown. It's May May 20th. It is 5:30 a.m. I'm just getting on over the job. Today's inspection day, so I gotta do some running and gunning, getting some last minute tune-ups, sealing tiles, whatever plumbing's on the fritz, whatever. I got sidetracked yesterday having to go for like 2.5 hours to chase a pigeon out of some executives' office, so that set me back, but it is what it is. Yeah, where we at today? New low 195, like 195.4 or 3, whatever, something like that. Yesterday I wanted to try out something that Cole Robinson's been saying. Snake Diet. Follow him on YouTube. Great guy's been doing tons of hilarious content for years with just super aggressive fitness content, weight loss stuff. And he's a big player in the fasting space and just all sorts of non-conventional diets. Like I've talked about before, where he had like this version of keto that was essentially like Spam and pickles, super high salt, high fat, low protein, large volume. And so anyways, I wanted to just kind of lean into something he's been saying with the sugar diet yesterday, which is to get in more liquid calories. He refers to it as hard hitting sugars. So I picked up a thing of Country Time lemonade, pink lemonade. And, I had my normal breakfast, which was 16 ounces of OJ. And, I think I had 2 servings of craisins, the dried cranberries. And then throughout the day, whenever I was kind of feeling peckish or something, I would put, like a serving or two, like 220, 250 calories worth of this pink lemonade mix into a cup, shaker cup, fill it up with 16 ounces of water, pound it. And what I found out is it was like when you're having these like cloyingly sweet beverages, it blasts any hunger you have. And then later in the day, like way later, like normally I would have something I'm munching on by like 8, 9 o'clock, and then again at like 10, 12. And then I'd have dinner. Until like 1:30, I really had no hunger because I had like 2 lemonades, 3 lemonades throughout the day. And then when I did feel some hunger and, just like wanted that release, that relief that comes from chewing and flavor and texture, I had 2 apples and a pear. And then I went home and I had a really nice dinner that was kiwis, strawberries, some grapes, dates, figs, and a pear that I covered in 3 tablespoons of honey. And I ended up eating less than I expected. After I finished that fruit, I was done for the rest of the day. It can't, my daily total was like maybe 2,800 calories or something. And I'll throw that up at the end of the video, along with a little clip of yesterday. I was on a walk with my wife, and we were just messing around. And I kind of, it was like provoking her because she's like, "I want to be in one of your videos." I'm like, "All right, well, I'll throw you in one." And then she's like, So I just like got her in a little bit of an interview format, just asking her about all the ridiculous shit that so many of us have done with fasting and intermittent fasting and dry fasting and rolling fasts and just like all the insanity that at one point perhaps was helpful, but now it's turned around. So yeah, not a long video today. I am, something like 36 hours into a sugar fast. It's going to go until Wednesday night when I have a normal mixed meal. It'll probably be higher fat, higher protein. I'll aim for a minimum of like 180 grams of protein. And I always try and get, when I do eat a meal, when I do eat normal food, I want to get at least like 50 grams of fat in, usually from coconut oil and olive oil. Or avocado oil if I'm having something that I'm sauteing and I would like a little bit more oil in my stainless steel pan just to get that non-stick action. Great workout this morning. I threw a little clip in the beginning, just of me just fucking around in the mirror. Strength's there. I was doing the incline plate loaded Smith machine, and I had 2 45s and a 25 on threw the weight around like it was nothing for 3 sets of 6 after a bunch of warm-up sets. And I could have kept going further, but I'm not taking in protein and fat today, so there's no need to like really blow up the muscle or anything. And I've also, some people have been asking me about loose skin because I've lost over 150 pounds. And I don't know where in the video I'll put it, but probably in the beginning, maybe before I get to like today's gym session, just what I looked like when I was like probably around like 280. And I first started going to the gym about 8 months into trying to lose weight. I was down from 350 to about 280, 290, something like that. And yeah, the loose skin's really not that bad. But as I get into the 190s, it starts to become a thing now. Like not in my chest or arms too much, but at the very bottom of my belly. Like this shape at the bottom, you know? It's starting to become a thing. Also around my love handles. But it's something I'm proud of. You know, I worked super hard. I ground myself into a paste for a bunch of years now. And I feel good, I look good, and I'm happy. So that's it for this morning. Any questions, any comments, feel free to write below. Look at my channel page for my Twitter and my Facebook. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, you just want to talk, whatever. Always open, always available. Have a good day. Business, I'm serious now. What is your, stop it. What's your least favorite diet or like lifestyle phase that I've gone through in the last 3 years?
Probably the time that you were fasting all the time, specifically when you fasted for 6 days straight.
Even though it's very cool.
It was extremely cool. It was so cool that you could not eat for 6 days and still be alive. But yeah, all the intense fasting where you have multiple days where you're not eating, you were not happy.
And then when I would like break my fast, what would it be like?
I don't really remember what it would be like. I feel like probably you lost like some control of what you were eating. Like just ended up binging, and then you would have to repeat the cycle again of not eating anything and then be frantically hungry for food.
This is sounding like a judgment piece right
now. No, it's
now.
not a judgment piece. It's not a judgment piece. It's
okay.
it's actually great. This is
right.
a huge endorsement of what you're doing now with the sugar diet thing. So